Hello! Day 3 of the 5-day pain relief challenge. Let's talk about it. Do you like my drawings? What do you think? So day 3, I want to catch you guys up and let you know what's on tap for next. How are you feeling today? My name's Phaedra and I'm a pain relief coach, occupational therapist, movement educator, all those fun things, and I have been there on my own healing journey to get out of pain, and therefore I'm here to help you because I have tons of millions of solutions to help you get out of pain. And we can just ask Lois, who's watching here now. She's been reaching out. Yes, she's making much progress working with me, learning how to release those tight muscles that are getting stuck, and they get stuck because we're not moving enough. And when we need to move, because our muscles are underneath our skin, and inside our muscles, inside our body are our blood vessels, our nerves, our lymph system, and we gotta keep flowing, gotta keep moving so that we can feel better. And it's Friday, so it's the end of the work week for a lot of people. It's the end of being busy, having to do so much for others and yourself. So hey, Anne from California, great, so glad. Annie, what are you doing to help move your body better? I would love to know what's working for you, what's standing out for you in this series, for you and anyone else who's watching. Thank you so much. Yep, Lois is definitely a fan. She's been writing me all day. I love it. So exciting. So here we are, and we're going to talk about the legs, the calves, and the feet, because these are so important. We can't neglect them. So I'm going to ask you guys, the first thing today is, how good are you? Are you ready? How good are you at sitting? All right, Annie, she's got her feet straight and her strap right in front. All right, I love it. I'll show you some fun things that I have here today, too, at my house. So what else? Anybody else? Hi, Linda. How's it going? Are you liking the challenge so far? I have to, show my little sign. Do you guys like it? So how was your work week? How was your retired week, if you're retired? How's life? You know, I had a very interesting phone call with someone today, and she had terrible back pain. It was the weirdest pain, and she's tried everything and wasn't getting better. And I guided her through the process that I use, and we uncovered, let me tell you, a lot of stuff. And life happens, and it can show up in your body. Not only, we talk about muscles being tight, but why are they tight? And when I asked you how good at sitting are you, how good are you sitting? How many hours a day are you sitting? And not only that, but how are you sitting? Are you sitting the same way over and over, which is fine every once in a while, but if it cumulative over your lifespan. And again, I showed a story the other day when I was working with older people in their late 80s, late 90s, and I started to clearly see how what they did for a living, how they used and moved their bodies, impacted them and created the tightness and the pain and the postures in their body. Because if you do certain positions over and over, you're putting so many loads onto your body, your skeletal system, and your muscles. And we need to start moving more. And I'm not talking going to the gym, pump iron, lift weights. In fact, that's the worst thing you can do if you are sedentary and a really good sitter, say for example at work. Now imagine you get up, you go to work, and you're sitting there for 8 hours, you get in your car and you drive home, and then you go get changed, you go to the gym. You're tight, you're short, you're shrinked up all day from hunched over, and then you're going to go to the gym and lift heavy weights. Do you wonder why people get in pain? Or example, have tennis injury, or this one, you reach back to get your purse in the car and you end up maybe ripping your shoulder a little bit. These are things that I hear. So Linda is loving it. So if you love it, give me some hearts. Give me some hearts. If there's anything that I say that really stands out for you, then please let me know, and by giving me some hearts. So I'm gonna play with this vibe here so you can see my feet. Might be a little tricky, but we'll see. I got a really cute pedicure today, and I gotta show you. I really got to show you. Let me just share with you. We'll share you my feet. Let's see. Okay, there's my feet. Hey, Lynn, you guys want to see my cute pedicure? Courtesy of, and I have crooked toes, don't laugh. Look, my little hearts. Aren't they totally cute? So, now, let's get back to work. I did it just for this video. I was like, I gotta go get a pedicure. So here's the challenge I'm gonna have, is trying to get you guys to see my feet. But we can do this. We can do this. See, I need a cameraman. All right, so this is my house. I have stairs. These are the stairs I fell down. Well, actually not these, the ones higher up. And yeah, that was real fun. Let me see, maybe move you back just a little tiny bit. Okay. So let's see, can you guys see? I don't know, there's a bar there, so I can't tell. Here's my little foam roller. So I haven't been up to date with my calf stretches, so I will try to move back here. And this is how you do it. You just stand on the apex of it, okay, hip width apart, and I'm not going to be a perfectionist about this right now. So this is a half foam roller. And I definitely recommend that you get one of these. They're great, especially if you do have a desk job. You can keep these at your desk, and you can do stretches in between computing and working and being on the phone, things like that. So here's the deal. The highest expression, the most challenging of this part, is all the way above, right? But I'm not quite there yet because I haven't warmed up in a while. I've been busy computing. So if you see this, get a nice stretch on your calf. Now it is a burn, but I'm telling you, when your calves are tight, they're going to start impacting your upper back and your hips, and that's why I'm having you do this. So let me just tilt this down. I forgot I can do that if it doesn't just go wonky on me. And I'm going to do the other side. So this is something you can do while you're brushing your teeth. Okay, and this is my previously broken leg. Well, it's still broken, so I got a couple of challenges here with this, but I definitely can feel the scarring. I can feel the pull, the tightness, all the way into my foot. So I'm going to step back. It isn't about perfection. See, I've got all my tools here I'm going to show you today. So it's not about perfection. It's just about starting where you're at and eventually working your way forward. And see how wobbly I am? That's because I haven't done this in a while. So I need to practice what I preach, right? And just taking a nice deep breath. And if you can't, if you don't have a foam roller like this, you can roll a towel and do it with me now. So again, I'm still wobbly, so I'm going to back up a little teeny tiny bit. And that's what you can do to stretch out your calves. And it's hard at first, but the more and more you do it, the easier it's going to be. Okay? So that's the calf stretch. And then I'm going to share with you, these are little torture devices. This is the brand Yamana. And these are foot wakers. And it's really great to be able to stand on and find your spots. And you can get these, you can use a golf ball, leaning back into your heels and start massaging your feet, because most of our lives we are not barefoot. We're wearing shoes all day long. And I grew up on the beach, so I feel like I'm really blessed. I don't have any foot pain. I have a lot of mobility and flexibility in it. I prefer to walk barefoot. So that's the Half Dome. Last, I think I talked to you a little bit yesterday, but I couldn't share with you. I couldn't show you. But watch what happens to my feet as I stand. Again, so I'm having to balance. I'm having to work different muscles of my feet. And this is something to practice. And how you could do this, number one, is doing it standing and holding on to something. So I could hold on to this staircase right here. and you just play and you're massaging your feet, but you're also challenging your balance. Like, when was the last time you were able to cross a creek or a river? That's what I'm talking about. So playing around with simple things like this, they don't cost any money. And then I'm going to talk about squatting. You can squat, and it's a little bit of a challenge here. I have a rod in my leg, so it's not easy for me to squat by myself alone without support. So if you see, I just have a yoga block here. You can take, this is a foam roller. You can take this and put it right here. And you can go all out and get crazy, because look what I'm going to share with you. How can you integrate different types of movement into your day? Right? So we all have to get our little cutting boards out and cut vegetables. But why not, with your kids here, why not get down on the floor? And Megan, I see you're watching, working with the kids. They're so good at squatting and getting right up. Squatting and getting right up. So what if you decide to get your cutting board and you start cutting down on the ground and get your squats in, right? Think about this. This is great. And so I'm having to bend, I'm having to work different muscles. This knife doesn't seem to want to work today. And that's just some way that you can get movement in your day. And you can do this also simply by adding more squats and play around with it. If your back hurts, I don't want you just standing and bending forward at the waist. I really want you to use your legs. Use those legs. Super duper important. Would anyone like an apple? And here's a cheat. If you guys are like trying not to do sugar and you're okay with microwaves, if you slice an apple really thin, and you put it in the, sprinkle cinnamon on it. So you get a green apple, sprinkle cinnamon on it, put it in the microwave for 2 minutes. It's almost like the inside of an apple pie. It's really good, and it's barely any calories, and you get some fiber from the apple. That's my little apple tip. So again, foam roller, if you don't know what this is, we'll be talking about it a little bit more, but not today. I don't want to go into that in deep detail. Let's just go into, I know I've talked to you about being able to sit on the floor and get down. So, sitting. Look at all these millions of ways we can sit. So we can sit long sit. We can bring one in. A lot of you mentioned that you have tight inner thighs. Well, why not do this? Why not switch to do this? Okay. Look at me. I'm moving without using my hands. You can sit on your knees. You can sit like this. For kids, we do not want them to do the W sitting. Okay, it's good, fine for a little while, but if they sit too long like this, it overstretches the ligaments. We really don't want that. So try to discourage that and see what you can do. So going forward, looking how we get up, we have to use different muscles of our body. So now I'm going to come on over so I can see you guys. Hi. So what questions do you have based on the calf stretch that I just showed you, adding movement into your day? You know, really try this. And it's not going to be easy. It's so not going to be easy. But if you can just stretch and squat. So you're going to squat down to reach things. Squat down to reach under your kitchen sink, under your bathroom vanity. Squatting and coming up. Squatting and coming up. And it's going to be hard at first if you haven't done it in a while, but you're working your quads and you'll get stronger and stronger, especially if you have a back problem. So if you have a back problem, don't do this and come back up. This is how we do it. That's a lot of times people are lifting that way. What I want you to do is start using your legs and squat down. You can moan and groan on the way up if you want, if it's hard. Okay? There you go. Now, any other questions? I'm going to take you over here. Got a little trampoline. I use this for movement with people in my office as well. Anyone have a trampoline or a rebounder that they might use? Well, is the calf stretch like a hamstring stretch? It is, and you can add that in. The thoracic stretch is really, really important. You saw in the video where you would just do the calf stretch and you lean forward. That would be really, really helpful. And let me bring this over here to share that with you. So if you can see me like so here, and you can just do this, say you work at a desk, you can just get up and grab the back of your chair, 90 degree, and bend at your waist. And you're gonna feel it back in the hamstring. If you want to up the ante, then you take the half foam roller and you put it down and you stand on top of it. And it's a slow form of torture. It really, really is. And sometimes you can slightly bend your knee. But the first easiest way to do it is to not use the foam roller. You just go like this and bending at the waist. Hey Linda, well if you want, I'm doing the Break Free from Pain program is starting up in June. It's going to be really exciting. It's 3 months of everything, one-on-one, picking my brain, all sorts of fun stuff. Yeah, this is good stuff, right? It's basic, it's simple, it doesn't cost a lot of money, it's great. So Cindy is asking, are knees over toes squatting bad for your knees? It's got to be controlled, right? So how about, Cindy, you take whether it's a step stool, a yoga block, a phone book, and you start there, and you start sitting and squatting. That's something really interesting and easy to do more in the daytime. So I'm going to do this here. This is a very low trampoline, okay? So you can see me here, and I'm getting a little bit of a hip squat. So you would start here doing it really, let's see, we got someone texting in. So what we want to do is start where it's not too low. Like some people can't get up once they get down, so you find this just right challenge. Okay, so here I am sitting and standing, a really great tool for you guys. And so I hope that helped you with that question. But it might not be easy to do it first. So you can go up to a wall with your back and you slide down like you're squatting. But anytime there's stress in the body and the system, I'd rather you start slow and don't force it. And our ego, our human mind might want to go all in and say, yeah, I'm going to climb down and get all these squats in. We're going to go slow, especially if you're in pain, you're more sedentary and haven't moved a lot. That's really, really important. And so Annie, just getting past the fear, and this is helping. Yes, so she's going to use the rollers to help release the fascia. Yes, that's what it's all about, but our fascia, our muscles, our skin, our nerves, our blood vessels, our cells, our organs are all in our body. And if we're sedentary and we're not moving, it's actually causing so much harm. And when we move, we pump the heart and we pump blood flow. We do more. Why would you want, if you don't move, you're making your heart work so much harder to pump things. When muscles contract, that's moving your body. It's moving the blood in your body. And it's really, really important. So if you're sedentary, your heart's having to do all the work to pump the blood through your body. So it's like looking at the microscopic layer, what's underneath your skin. And also with pain, though, there are these things that are called life situations, right? It could be trouble with a younger child, trouble with an adult child, trouble with your own parent that you're having to take care of as they age. There's a lot of things going on. And when I talk with people, I have to dig deep and I have to look in. And you call and you get on the phone with me and you might think, really, it's sciatica. The doctor said I've got an L4, compression, and I can dig in deeper. And we can find the past injuries. We can find the postures that are causing you problems. We can find what the monkey on your back is, which could be your husband, your spouse, your children. And I do this every day when I talk to people. I really dig deep. So it isn't about going to find a body worker or a psychotherapist, it's really looking at the whole picture of the pain puzzle. Okay, so I'm teaching you here today because I want you to move. I want you to start feeling better. This is part of it, right? I told you can go get a functional medicine doctor. You can send your stool sample in. But if you're tired and you're fatigued and you have fibromyalgia, and you heard us, some of our experts talk about our mitochondria. Well, our mitochondria is in our cells, and we have to get our cells moving. We've got to get our bodies moving more. So I'm just giving you simple solutions like squatting, and not even squatting and doing a million exercises because they're hard and they're not fun, but start easy. Get a step stool, get a foam roller and sit on it, something to bolster you up so you're not so low to the ground, and you can just start to practice squatting. That's really, really important. And I have this trampoline where I can jump on and I can get little movements in. And this green thing behind me is a yoga swing. And there's lots of things that you can do. Let me take you over and see if we can share that a little bit with you. Not that I'm saying go get a yoga swing, but for me, it feels good, the yoga swing. And I get a lot of good stretching. So let me just find you guys here. Okay, there we go. So this is my yoga swing. Let's see how we can do this so you guys can see me. So Linda, no, you don't, but I would definitely say, even though you have artificial knees, you can do a foam roller. And that can really help you release the muscles. But also, not only is it the front of your knees, it's the back of your knees. And that's really, really important. So I have a little step stool here. See if I can do this. So this is a nice little, this is an Om yoga swing. They're starting to have aerial yoga pretty much everywhere now. And I do recommend it because, so here's another thing. Go to the park and swing on the swing. We need that movement. And I don't know if you're 50, 55, 60, do you feel, I know I'm 40, I just won't go on a roller coaster anymore. But the older we get set in our ways and we lose that movement in our vestibular system. So I do like the aerial yoga classes, and they do have gentle ones that anyone of any age can do, most within reason, right? With the right teacher. And so hanging upside down and swinging stimulates the vestibular system in the inner ear. So I have this here under my stairs to help me make me feel good on days where I feel stuck, where I feel stiff. I can hang up here, and it's hard to get up though sometimes. So I just you have to check your level and try a local studio first to see if something like this would help. Or you can make your own thing. You can be creative. I have lots of clients who do that. But I'm just going to take my leg in, and I'm going to square my hips, and I'm just going to stretch. And it feels really, really good. Right, Annie's saying we don't play enough. So go to the park this weekend, right? What can you guys commit to for me in this movement challenge, in this pain relief challenge? What can you do differently? So again, we've got little straps up here. Can you hang on the monkey bars? And I'm not saying that I'd want you to use your whole body weight and hang. Please don't do that. Stand up on the floor with your feet on the ground, and you lean back because you're opening up the whole back line. We've talked about fascia in the Pain Treatments That Work series. And if you feel a burn here, then you need this work, okay? So go to the monkey bars and hang like this. And I'm getting a nice stretch all the way from my hips up my arms. And then you can go this way and stretch it. And getting my low back. It is all connected. Your lats, your latissimus dorsi, go from all the way lower here, all the way up into the shoulder. When was the last time you guys moved like this? This is something that's so, so, so important. So, any questions? We've got a bunch of people on here. I'd love to hear from you. And have you had a good experience with the exercises so far? Do you have any clarification that you might need? Do you want to see me get in the swing and try it? The hard part is I have a microphone on, so I'd have to take that off first. But I really do like it, so I will try this just to show you guys. But really the best part is feeling it. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so you get this swing and you push it under your tush. And then this is where trust comes in. You have to basically go upside down. And you hang. And I'll just to share a little bit about what I'm feeling. I can release my back and my psoas muscle. I can feel my hips getting some nice traction in there. Just opening up the front of my body and just taking gravity off. Really feels good. And then I can swing. And when I get up, I just have a burst of energy and just feel really, really good. And this is part of aerial yoga. I know here it's starting to become pretty trendy in Arizona where I live. And it's good for blood flow. So let's see if I can get up without being too clumsy. And then, if you're feeling blue and you need some comfort, let's see, we can use our feet. Feet as tools. Lois, are you going to get one? Yeah, hanging. You can buy one, but you got to be able to get up. So I wouldn't just say, and there's a million different poses you could do on this. That's really fun. But there were days, yeah, thanks, Linda, I made it. Whew. So there are days where, you can just do so much. You can hang, you can stretch with support, stretch your chest open. We're going to talk about that on day 5, how helpful it is for you. So what questions do you guys have? Like I said, I'm happy to answer them. We're going to be going into the weekend and we're going to take a break, and I'll be back Monday at 6 p.m. and Tuesday. And yeah, what can you try out this weekend? You can go walking. You can go walking somewhere new. And when you're walking, I want you to tune into your legs, tune into your knees, just to see if your hips are moving forward. Are they feeling like they're in alignment? Are you leading with your chest? Are you puffing your chest out? Oh, and Carolyn, you're looking at what was the name of the middle-sized balls I suggested. Yamuna, Y-A-M-U-N-A. And I definitely recommend the pearl ball and the gold ball. The silver ball is a little intense. Let me grab it. Or you could be like Lois and go to just the cheap local store and buy one for $2, $3. So this is the harder one. I've got balls everywhere. Like I said, whenever I'm hurting, I can literally just roll on here. And if you can release one part of your body that's tight, then you can feel better that easy. Let me tell you this crazy story. I told you I'm meant to be a pain specialist, right? So I am finally my first vacation after my car accident, and I'm on a cruise, and I've never been on a cruise, didn't know what to expect, and I'm lost, and I'm wearing high heels and a long dress, and it's time for the go learn how to use the lifeboats and get the safety procedures. And I push open this heavy door, and I didn't know it was heavy, and there were steps, and I fell, and I sprained my broken leg. Yes, thank you. And fell down these stairs, but whatever. So what happened was I was hurt, and I had to go down to the bottom of the ship, have the x-rays, all that. I'm fine. I just had a severe sprain. But what I ended up doing was going to the gym, and I got on the foam roller, and I couldn't obviously release my lower leg because I didn't have anything to do there, but I released my upper back, and it helped my foot pain. It really, really did. Hey, Sam, it's nice to connect with you. Thank you so much for joining us. Sam's in Hawaii. He's lucky. You're on, what are you on? Kauai, I think. So hopefully you're not getting any effects of the awful volcano, which has about 23 eruptions right now. We'll definitely keep them in our prayers, boy. Ooh, it's tough. So Sam is asking about our golf on our bodies. So Sam, I want you to watch day 1, 2, and 3. and I want you to move your body, because if you're sitting all day and then you get on the golf cart, this is what happens to men. Just saying. You're sitting at your desk, you're typing your work. Oh, I'm going to go play golf. I'm going to have my beer and I'm going to go play golf, and you get in your cart and then you get up to that thing, whatever you guys call it, where you swing the ball, and you're stiff and tight, and all of a sudden you expect to get the club and go whack. And you want to know why you get knee problems, shoulder problems, and back problems. That's what my experience has been with golf, right? So stretch, move, twist, move your spine. That'll really, really help you. And I've seen it, like I got to treat a Yankees pitcher. Okay, let me just share. I don't even know if I can pitch, but you know how they go like this and they go, and they, that's fine once in a while. But you know what? Lifetime of that. I was at a little boy's baseball game the other day and seeing that pitcher, and he was like 8 years old. And that's fine. But the older you get and the longer you're doing that, it starts to show up. So this Yankees player that I treated had a right hip, because again, you're going like this, you go up and you, so if you can see this right hip going in, there was this tightness that you was unbelievable twist inside his body. So you are how you move. So, yeah. Any other questions? Oh, good. Sam's in Kauai, and there is none of that the volcano smoke. Yeah, let's just pray for those big islanders. This is just amazing. It's there's only so much we can control. So I just hope that people there are safe and they're willing to leave on time. Yeah. So any other questions? Lastly, any thoughts? I want you to try to get out this weekend, be active, stretch, move your body. Just from talking to you, just from doing this alone, moving your head, moving upside down, lifting down to the floor is really, really important. Even chewing, that's going to work your brain. So it's really, really important. Yeah, Sarah, she talks about carrying a baby for years. It is so true. It is so true. And I just talked with a woman today, not the same, never the same since number one, delivering the baby, and then breastfeeding, and mamas, their tight shoulders, and maybe that's when the shoulder pains can start that are really severe. So the trick with that, so let's just I'm going to rewind a little bit. Sarah's asking about carrying kids and all. Babies. Now, there are more natural mothers who are more holistic minded that are carrying them in slings and all kinds of more minimalist style things. But babies get carried in these carriers onto the stroller, into the back seat, into the car seat, on the strollers, whatever. And they're not having to work their bodies and move. So sedentary life, believe it or not, can even start with all these funky baby carriers that they have out. So what I'd say is work on changing how your baby is held. So move, and I know they're probably bigger now and you're still recovering from that, Sarah, but if you were to take, and I don't have a bag right here now, but even if you're hiking with your backpack or walking with a backpack, try one shoulder, try the other, put it on the front of your body, on the back of your body. Carry books, just playing with the loads that you're carrying, because all of that over time, and I'm talking, these are micro movements that add up over time. And so if we're more sedentary and then we decide we're going to carry a heavy bag, like I mentioned before, women often, I see this so much, late 60s, 70s, tight shoulders, and they're reaching back, and that's when those dumb muscle tears can happen. Right? So using your body differently, squatting, coming up. And I know if it's hard, if you're Medicare age here in the U.S. and you have Medicare, what I say is call your doctor and get a prescription for physical therapy and have them teach you how to get up and down off the floor. Have them teach you how to sit on the floor and squat. Teach you how to use a foam roller. That's what the perks are with Medicare. You can have them come out. It's halfway through the year. Why not use some benefits as prevention and maintenance to keep you feeling young? Okay, and just maybe you can go to a gym, go to a personal trainer. You can work with me in the Breaking Free from Pain program. Here's the deal. We want to start small and have little successes instead of going all out big. Like, technically, I really don't want you to say, oh, I saw Phaedra with a yoga swing, I'm going to go get one. Unless you've had training in it and you start slow, I wouldn't recommend that. I really wouldn't. So last call, any more questions? I got a movie I'm going to tonight. I like movies because I can laugh a little bit. And a lot of the, it's called Book Club, I think. And a lot of the older actresses are coming out and they're reading 50 Shades of Grey. So I think it's going to be a really funny movie. And I like to go to movies now. It's my way of disconnecting, getting off the phone, getting off the computer, and just escaping, relaxing in a movie. You're welcome, Sarah. Anyone else have any questions? Last call, last call. Yeah, Sean's going to go do that too. Yeah, it's great. I love Tully. Last weekend, I went to see Tully. And if you're a woman and you've just been in the woman role struggle thing, it's a really, really good movie. And what else did we see that was good? The new Melissa McCarthy movie was really funny. So thank you guys. Yeah, any last questions? Just get out there and keep moving this weekend. Go for walks. Play with where you're walking. Are you walking on concrete? Walking on grass? Is there gravel? Is there pavers? What does that feel like with your body? Good night. Have a good one.